I was encouraged by this guy who volunteered to grow this year. We had potatoes in this bed last year, but I rotate the tomatoes so that we get less tomato worms. And I thought, you know, I have some potatoes in the pantry sprouting. I kind of want to plant some potatoes, except everything is taken. All the spaces in my garden is taken. So I'm gonna found a bucket with some holes in the bottom, and I'm gonna plant some potatoes. So this bucket was a yard bucket for many years, probably 10 years, and it's cracked and really struggling. I like these big old buckets. You've probably seen them at the store. When I was a kid, we used to have our stuffed animals kept in one of these things. They're real cheap. I think I bought new blue ones for like $4, and I thought this one has holes in it. We still used it last year, but we're gonna go ahead and plant these guys in this. And so they're going to be a little close together, but I figured I'd plant them as far apart as I could. So those are my 3 seeds. The almanac, I go by the Old Farmer's Almanac, and there is another almanac I don't suggest. The Old Farmer's Almanac says 12 to 14 inches, and they're probably maybe 12. It's cutting it really close. I do want to leave some dirt on the sides here. I don't want to put them right up against the wall, but they're mostly going to trail down, and that's why I'm not really worried about getting them that close. And so those on the top, those are not roots, those are leaves, those are sprouts. And so you're going to put them 3 to 4 inches in and then cover them. You might see 6 inches deep in other areas. That is what they need to be eventually, but I'm going to start him at 3 so he can come through and get sun, and then I will actually add dirt to the top of him, about 3 more inches. This bucket is going to settle, and so I'll have more room for more dirt later anyway. Also, you're going to see that I'm planting them whole, where you're going to see suggestions to cut them. You can cut them. You can get more seeds out of them, but if you cut them, they have to have time to heal or make that skin over the area you've cut. So it's going to take them longer to grow because of that. And I have plenty. I actually have more than this, but I don't have anywhere to plant them. So they'll get a little bit of a head start just by me putting the whole potato in the ground. Plus they're small, so they say if they're about the size of a golf ball anyway, don't cut them. These are probably the size of 2 golf balls each, but they'll just have a little bit head start. And that's all. It's only taken me maybe a minute, and then I'll come back and I'll see them sprouting, and I'll add a little bit more dirt in a couple weeks. So I decided to go on and start another potato bucket. I stole dirt from this area. Corn's looking good. Hopefully you saw that video. It's probably grown an inch or so, and we still have plenty of dirt up here. So I've already stolen from it, and you can't even tell. And I got a whole bucket. I stepped on it and packed it down, and I'm going to do this bucket with potatoes as well. I'm leaving about 2 inches of dirt from the bucket, about 2 inches here, and then 12 inches between each potato. That side up. It's early and my allergies are bothering me, so I'm sorry I'm sniffling. I usually don't get out this early, but it worked this morning. And then again, I'll add 3 more inches of dirt once this settles, get some rain, and it'll settle, and it'll need more dirt once they sprout and start seeing the sunshine. Here are the potatoes several weeks later. I'll post it down below because I'm not sure at this moment how long they've been in the bucket. They're doing really good. This is what they look like. Thick stalks coming up. This is from 1 potato, 2 potato, 3 potato, and so it'll produce in my experience, 2 to 3 pounds each plant. I don't know how much it'll do in a pot in the ground. In our raised beds, it did about 3 pounds, especially the sweet potatoes. Each plant was 2 to 3 pounds worth. So, looking really good. I'll probably go ahead and add a little bit of mulch just because some of this is settled. We are, this whole area is getting rocked because it has to drain over here. The gutter's got to get worked on too. So this is a project. Just kind of ended up being the hot mess corner. But we're going to put rock down here, and then I'm going to put several containers over here because I can't make a raised bed because it has to drain over here, even if we did fix the gutter. So we're supposed to have rocks, and then we'll have our potatoes along with some other containers. So those are the potato updates.